Plaça de Sarrià still feels like a village square, a slow, sunlit corner where neighbors greet each other by name. The Church of Sant Vicens has watched over the plaza since the 18th century, its bell tower rising like a hand in prayer. This square once hosted village markets and public gatherings. It's where Sarrià's heart beat before it had postcodes. The old stone here isn't worn out, it's well walked, and it wears the decades with pride. On quiet afternoons, you'll hear chairs scraping, cups clinking, and conversations floating in Catalan like music from another era. Carrer Major isn't just a street, it's Sarrià's backbone. Old stone, soft light, and the quiet rhythm of daily life still intact. Before Barcelona absorbed Sarrià, this was the village's main artery, where bakers, butchers, and poets all crossed paths. Some of the façades still show the original signs, hand-painted lettering that refuses to be forgotten. You'll pass pastisseries with generations of loyal customers, and bread so fresh it makes the street smell like a memory. This is a street where people nod, not rush, and every doorway feels like it could tell a story if you pause long enough. Look up. Balconies bloom with plants, and windows open just enough to let the old world breathe through. If you're enjoying this walk, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. It really helps us bring you more of these moments. It keeps the walk going and the journey growing. This street has outlived monarchs, mayors, and metro lines, yet it still holds its shape like it knows exactly who it is. It's not wide, not flashy, but every step echoes with old Barcelona, the kind that didn't need filters to be beautiful. You'll pass historic shops with handwritten signs, cured meats in the windows, and locals who've been coming here since they were kids. Carrer Major is also full of Passeig secrets, small alleys that open suddenly into courtyards, gardens, or quiet corners. During festivals, the street comes alive with lights, banners, and music, proving that even the most peaceful places know how to celebrate. This isn't a tourist street, it's a neighborhood artery with cafes that still serve regulars by name and desserts made from memory. Walking here, you don't just see the past, you feel it gently keeping pace beside you.
No, lo de los pollitos y tal, o son un bautizo que tenía que ver los pollitos. Esto
Con una varilla.
Luca, marxem ja. Espera.
Pero mira lo que ha pasado. Les ha pasado al otro lado, me dice, pero si ya me lo han cortado.
Wandering Sarria's side streets feels like stepping into an older, slower Barcelona, one that never learned to rush. Many of these homes have stood for over a century, with thick doors, wrought iron railings, and cool tiled entryways. You'll spot small gardens tucked behind stone walls, where orange trees lean into the sun like they own the block. Street names here aren't just labels, they're legacy. Many trace back to landowners, poets, or the original trades that define the area. On a quiet day, Sarria's streets feel like a village paused. Birds singing, shutters open, and time stretching just a little longer. Plaza Kennedy isn't loud, but it's proud. Wide streets, grand facades, and an air of old money without the flash. This is where Sarria ends and Sant Gervasi begins. You can feel the shift in the sidewalk and the silence. Passeig de Sant Gervasi was once a carriage road. Now it's a leafy boulevard lined with stately buildings and balconies that frame the sky. The intersection hums with quiet confidence. No big monuments, just elegant lines and generational wealth that walks softly. Even the traffic here seems to slow down, like it knows it's passing through a neighborhood with a memory. Carrer Lleó XIII feels like a private gallery. Old houses lined up like portraits, each one whispering its own story. The street is named after Pope Leo XIII, but here, it's the architecture that feels almost sacred. Many of the mansions and villas date back to the late 19th and early 20th centuries, the golden age of Barcelona's bourgeoisie. Look closely. Intricate ironwork, carved stone balconies, hidden courtyards. Every detail was designed to impress quietly, not shout. You'll notice wide sidewalks, old gardens, and driveways big enough for horse-drawn carriages once upon a time. Walking here feels like being let in on a secret. An old Barcelona that never had to ask for attention, it just earned it. As you walk downhill, the streets narrow slightly, but the elegance never fades. This part of Sant Gervasi wears its age well. It's a mix of modern apartments and older houses, where history and high ceilings still share the same block. Some buildings have ceramic signs and original tiles at the entrance, quiet reminders of a time when beauty was built in. On these corners, you'll often spot art galleries, family-owned shops, or cafes with terraces where regulars never need a menu. Carrer Baums slices through the district like a main artery, but the real charm lives just off to the sides, where the noise fades and the grace lingers.
Excellent, because he always brings food.
El vato no, però a l'Armani sí que és vàlid.
Not all of Sant Gervasi is wide boulevards. Its side streets are narrow, residential, and shaded like secret hallways. Many of these lanes still have original stonework and vintage street lamps, giving them a timeless, almost film set feel. You'll find wrought iron gates, ceramic tiled entrances, and doors with brass knockers that haven't changed in 70 years. These side streets carry silence like a badge. You hear footsteps, birds, maybe a cafe spoon clinking in the distance.
Voy con la remontada, ¿eh?
Hago la remontada. Pero así la de Madrid. Así.
Casa Vicens is where Gaudí's genius began, his first major work and a perfect blend of creativity, craftsmanship, and wild confidence. Built in the 1880s, it breaks every rule of its time, with ceramic tiles, Moorish arches, and colors that still make the neighbors blink. This house wasn't just built, it was imagined. And standing here, you can feel that spark that would one day shape all of Barcelona. From village squares to noble streets. This walk wasn't about noise, it was about presence. Sarria whispered its history in stone and shadow. Sant Gervasi walked tall without ever raising his voice. And now we stand before Casa Vicens, a beginning that still feels like a statement. Thanks for joining this quiet chapter of Barcelona. Until the next walk, stay observant, stay grounded, and keep listening to the streets.